Dr. Sabina Martins requires no introduction. A prominent women's rights activist in Goa, she is recognized for her commitment to women's rights, social justice, and sustainable development. Founding convener of Bailanzo Sad, a pioneering and influential organization working to empower women for over 4 decades. Dr. Sabina rose to more prominence due to her leadership in the Goa Bachao Abhiyan, where she led a massive movement that forced the government to withdraw the controversial Regional Plan 2011, which was seen as a threat to Goa's environment and land. Aam Aadmi Aurat Against Gambling, a movement she spearheads, campaigns against the proliferation of offshore casinos in Goa, citing their negative social impact. A teacher by profession, her advocate roles have seen major achievements, including the establishment of Goa's first all-women police station in Panjim. A crusader against the casino menace in the state of Goa, since the first amendment in the Gambling Act, she still spearheads the campaign to ban casino culture in the state and hopes that with the joining of forces, the government will be forced to revisit their policy on casinos. Evescape met her to understand the issue firsthand. This is her story.
Sabina,
Hello.
welcome to Evescape. So, as an activist, you have fought so many battles, you have won several battles. But this battle, the casino battle, which I know as a journalist, for so many years you have been fighting right from the time this amendment came about, right from the time the first casino came afloat Mandavi River. So what has been your journey all this while, and why is it that the government is so stubborn that they can't go against the casinos?
When the first amendment came, that is in 92, wherein they said onshore casinos would come in the hotel, it would be just table games. And in 96, they amended the law wherein they said that gambling could happen on offshore vessels. Now, that's the time when we realize that casinos will bring in destruction, because we have seen what happens due to matka gambling. We know the consequences on women all over the world where casinos have been. They have started and they have closed down, and we didn't want this destruction to come to Goa. So we had raised the objection right in the beginning, but people had no idea what a casino was. So the response was slow, but yet in 96 we had, for a Women's Day program, a large meeting, and we put in pressure on the government that you should not bring in the casinos. The protest against casinos has a long history. So from there it was shifted to Mandovi. Now you asked me a question, why the casinos are not going. Now the casino industry, the gambling that happens, is based on promotion of addiction, okay, and the money comes in from the homes of people, okay. So there is violence against women because no family will want their money to go to the casinos. So the establishment of casinos has taken place because it has caused addiction in Goan homes or people who stay in Goa. So the money started going in, and we have innumerable cases of how violence against women and children have been increased. So whenever we raise this issue, they said, hey, husband-wife problem, go buy lunch a problem, and they have not been addressing this issue. So there is aggressive promotion of casinos. So more aggressive casino promotion, so more people get attracted. They want to see what is a casino. The addiction pattern is like this, that once they give you a win and you feel you will get it the second time, and then it doesn't happen. So 1 out of 10 chances people may win some money. Now what happens is, this addiction that I may win makes people come again and again and again. So it is an induced addiction. Now when this money comes into the casinos, this money, part of the share goes to the people in power, and that is why casino is not stopped. And the argument they keep putting forward is that trade and license and businesses and everything will be affected, or they are making the money. Now why should anybody make money by inducing violence against women and children? violence against women and children is a crime. There are other issues of casinos, but I am talking now from a women's organization point of view. Why should we suffer so that somebody else makes money, and we will not allow this? And this is the stand we have to take. Many times people say it's a moral issue. It is not a moral issue. It is, you are normalizing crime so that some people can make money. And here we have to put a foot down. As far as impact of gambling, government has done nothing for women and children. Even the commission for the chairpersons are not appointed. Has the government done any study of how many people from Goa are employed in the casinos? When we sought data, okay, they didn't have data. So Labour Department would send us to Captain of Ports saying that it is their jurisdiction, and they would say no, it is Labour, go to there. And from the studies of other countries, we have found that even casino employees suffer from addiction. Has the government done any study? Now that 20 years have passed, and those boats were first stationed in the Mandovi saying that they are not seaworthy, so therefore they cannot go offshore. So in 20 years you were not able to tell the boats to be seaworthy and go offshore. So here comes the will, whether the government has a will to throw it out. There are many families that are affected. Children are not going to school, they are not pursuing higher education once they get addicted.
Dr. Sabina, another issue that I see is that not many Ponjekars are coming out. I've seen you, your group, and a few more who have joined you now. But don't you think it's a battle that everybody has to be part of? Because so much of the Panjim heritage is at stake. People's lives are at stake. There is moral degradation. So why do you think are people not coming out in the open?
The problem is that they do not speak openly because there's a lot of stigma attached to an addiction, and that the family is facing so much of trouble, violence. They also don't want to share because people take advantage of vulnerability of women. We had a case where these young girls who stand as work as sales girls, this whole belt, people used to go befriend these young people and then ask them, I will give you so much of money openly.
Okay.
Will you come with me to the casinos? So I used to ask them, what are you doing? No, to hold the glass, to do, and there are instances of sexual abuse. But escort girl services, prostitution, trafficking of women, all this is happening. Own home in which they are living, they are insecure because that flat goes for goes to the bank or wherever they have kind of taken money from. So people don't want to speak. Now what people are speaking about is the footpath congestion, people coming into the houses, they are openly urinating and doing all things which are not supposed to do on the road. Then whole night there is noise, you can't sleep, children are studying. Then these boats especially, they have the psychedelic lights, and now they have all that moving also, like the lighthouse, and disturbing the birds. There is chirping of birds, and the whole environment has changed. Pollution has taken place. If you go via Kampal, then the fish market further, it stinks, and that peaceful environment of Panjim is destroyed. So people are talking more about environment issues, the fish getting stinking, the footpath being occupied, the congestion, all that parking that happens here. Where is the parking? All the parking is public parking is taken over. So people are talking about those issues.
So basically they are not ready to do a social audit.
Nothing,
That is what is
no audit. Even before the casinos came, you have to do the cost benefit analysis. You have to do a study. It has not done. La Vegas has done it, and they are showing. If you read the reports, it is there on the internet. If you read the reports, it is showing that the cost is more than the benefit, and that's why today the casinos are coming
Are
down.
we
So
going to see some positive outcome?
definitely, I have great hope, because now it's not just the women who are coming out. So we have the fishermen coming out because their livelihood is at stake. The casinos, people have bought land all over, is just taking over. Then our environment is going bad. You know, in the city in Panjim, all the iconic places are gone to the casinos, and even government buildings are going to casinos. We don't know even whether this Adil Shah Palace will remain with the people. So there is tremendous anger, and I feel it is very important to converge. Okay, everybody is fighting. There's Raibandar who's thrown out the casino, and we have Rage Magus, now Panjim, and everywhere people are rising up. So what is important is we all have to converge, and our forces will be strengthened, and we will be able to push the casinos out. Now what is happening is that even specific people's livelihood, pollution, there's so many things that is coming. It's beyond gambling. Now it is a larger interconnected issue, and so people are coming out. Now the women's group met to take stock of the casinos. We had so many of them who came. We have all passed a resolution at a meeting where a meeting of organizations and individuals working for women and children was called. So we have signed, the letter has been inwarded to the Chief Minister, and now we are all joining forces, and that's where I see the hope that something will happen.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sabina. I hope things start falling
Yeah,
in place.
we hope to.